Welcome to Just a Bit Outside, the baseball movie podcast brought to you by Bucko Banter. Today, in our holiday special, we review Little Big League, a movie about a 12-year-old who, upon finding out he has instantly become a billionaire, he decides to start working a job. Talk about an idiot.
Rockin' 101, she compliment my taste. Whiskey in my lemonade, cause I like the way it tastes. Best seats at the Pirates game, they let me run the base. Yeah, my time is like my money, cause I can't afford to waste. Wifey is a lawyer, take my date to my dates. Order steak by the plate, send in case after case. Run my race at my pace, clear the grass of the snakes.
Mr. Christopher Miller, what is up? We're doing our pseudo holiday special, unannounced, but it is Christmas time.
I got my festive shirt on. You're looking great in the hat, by the way.
You know, I like the hat,
So
and
nice look.
it is a little Christmassy.
I got my tree.
But I'm feeling a little less jolly. I'm feeling a little different here.
You humbugging right now. Oh, brother. Oh,
I'm feeling a little grinchy, dude. I'm feeling a little grinchy. You know,
you're a mean one.
I'm feeling a little grinchy. So we're tossing the regular Santa hat out of here.
Wow.
We're getting the grinchy one going on.
Wow.
All the audio only listeners are like, what the hell are they talking about? I went from a regular Santa hat to one with green trim that's a little bit more grinchy. But watch on YouTube, and then you get all the inside details.
You should watch both multiple times. Just don't miss anything.
That's it. In the biz, we call that a double bang. That's what we call that in the biz. Today, Chris, we are reviewing Little Big League, released June 29th, 1994, directed by Andrew Scheinman, starring Luke Edwards, Ashley Crowe, Timothy Busfield, John Ashton, and Jason Robards. There's a piece of trivia in this one that everybody and their mother knows, but I got a heater piece of trivia for you that I just found out when I was looking at the cast right before this.
I'm
and I was giddy when I found it out. It's honestly so dumb. I cannot wait to share it with you. Little Big League. You know, we did this one this week because, as you had alluded to last week, you had accidentally watched this one instead of Rookie of the Year.
And then I had to rent it again just to make sure.
I'll tell you what, I could see how you can make that mistake because the two movies somehow are just so similar. It's like a little bit alarming.
And I just now something. I'll hold this for the end of the show, but I just realized something that I think even justifies my gross incompetence even further. But I did definitely just notice something. So we'll discuss this at the end, and it coincides with my getting movies screwed up. Not just because I have brain damage, but it's also because I have brain damage.
Well, you know, happens to the best of us. I will say just a little personal achievement here. This was my 52nd movie of the year. One per week was my pace on the year. I hit it in the second to last week of the year. Pretty stoked on that.
Nice. Are you keeping track?
Yeah, but I hate all social media. So I just have a list on my notes app in my iPhone. So, you know, it is what it is. Without further ado, let's break it down, though. So Little Big League starts in a Little League game, and there's a little bit of hijinks going on here. A little bit of hijinks. We have three runners ending up on the same base. A little bit of Pirates baseball for you here. Three runners end up on the same base. A runner who was stuck between third and home, a runner who landed on third, and then a runner who was stuck between second and third. They all end up on the base. And the umpire looks over to the main character who is introduced, Billy Haywood, and they said, Bill, what's the rule here? So all the adults, all the people are looking at Bill here. He knows the rules. This guy has Alex Stumpf level baseball knowledge and wisdom.
And we've done Moneyball, and we even had Alex on the show. I think Haywood might be the all-time knower of ball.
He is.
At least knowledge-wise.
He's the all-time knower of ball. The
And
way that his character is painted is encyclopedic.
the coaches don't know the rule. The umpires don't know the rule. I think his coach, they're all safe. They're all on base. They're all safe.
He says they're all safe. The opposing coach, who is a famous guy, who is escaping me what his name is right now, um,
He was,
Jeff Garland. Jeff
yes.
Garland. He says, well, they're all out. And Billy says, no, actually,
Lead runner gets the bag.
Lead runner gets the
happened
bag
in
for two
1926 to the Dodgers. He knows it all.
you
He's
know,
citing case law here. It's insane.
he is. He is. He is as a lawyer with my legal opinion. I think it stands. And then he gets up, and they're like, "Come on, Bill. You know, hit a homer, bring him home." They're trying to bring home a big dub for the old Gophers. The old Gophers.
Those uniforms they're too new, man. They're too new. The Gophers look too crisp.
These kids aren't doing laundry. They're not getting dirty. And I'll tell you what, from the look at his swing, they're not even getting into the field because
they're not getting on base. I'll tell you that right now.
His swing, brutal stuff.
Not good. It establishes him very firmly as a nerd.
Yeah, he's a
if you thought he was a nerd because of the Dodgers thing and like knowing the rules, and now you're really like it's really going to drive the point home that he is in fact a big nerd because he can't swing a bat.
Yeah, he is a dweeb, as we say in the business. That's a term of art, a dweeb. So, you know, the mom is there. Billy's mom is there, and she's consoling him, Jenny, with the grandfather, Thomas Haywood, and they take Billy and his two friends out for ice cream, and we find out that Billy's grandfather owns the Minnesota Twins.
The guy's loaded. He's loaded. He's rolling in dough.
His friends ask him if they think he's as rich as the guy from Gilligan's Island.
They cite a lot of very old television shows. It's Mr. Howell and Jed Clampett.
And
these kids are watching a lot of 1960s television.
I also watched this one with my mom, similar to what was the one? Bad News Bears. And she goes, "Do you even know who Howell is?" And I said, "I've never heard of him," which is obviously a lie. We used to literally watch Gilligan's Island together. And then she goes, "Do you know who Jed Clampett is?" And I'm like, "Your memory is failing.
MF and Hillbillies.
Your memory's failing you. We used to watch these shows together on TV Land. Shout out TV Land." He brings a banana split over to the table, the grandfather. He drops 2 back-to-back absolute bars in this scene, and I just love it so much. He brings over a banana split. He sits it on the table. He looks to the kids, and he lays down one of the biggest pieces of wisdom that you could ever even fathom. He says, "Eat as many of these as you can for the next 15 years, because after that, you can't eat anything that tastes good for the rest of your life." That's a bar, dude.
I hate how apocryphal that sentence is.
I saw that. I'm like, dude, they did not have to go that hard. And then
they went there.
Right after that, the aforementioned Beverly Hillbilly, his friend says, "Are you as rich as Jed Clampett?" Out of nowhere, the old man just pulls out, "I piss on Jed
Clampett." like leans in.
Dude, this guy's the man.
Yeah, he is absolutely the man.
He is the man. Ripper, Jason Robards. This establishes he's a cool guy. They both really care about baseball. They've bonded over that. Billy knows this stuff. They go to the locker room after this, and it further cements that like Billy is a big time baseball guy. He's a fan of the team. Dennis Farina is the manager, and George O'Farrell, and his demeanor and the way that he manages the team, it's boiled over a little bit. I mean, he is ripping these dudes up.
And they say over and over again they brought him in to shake things up, and it turns out they might have bitten off a little more than they could chew with O'Farrell because George is, would you say it's safe to say, crossing a line?
He is it's just not constructive in any way, shape, or
Yeah,
form
he's not
whatsoever.
really telling anybody how to like play the game of baseball, instructing them on how to get better, talking about literally anything that would assist them in improving their game. He's just really mean the whole time. He's just a
Yeah,
dick
he's just an asshole.
in the way that only Dennis Farina can pull off.
Yeah, he's every time I think of Dennis Farina, I think of two things: Law and Order and the Pittsburgh Classic,
Uh,
Striking Distance,
one of the
where he
all-time greats.
says, "I'm just a Larimer Avenue Dago," and I am Italian, and I can say that.
Right,
And
that's
if I
our
hear
word.
anybody else saying that, I'm getting you arrested.
Canceled.
I'm getting you
Canceled.
arrested.
Hope
Federal.
you like. I hope you like the taste of prison food.
Hope you like alligators. So Dennis Farina, bad guy. Bad guy. We got the players are all over. One guy's reading Sun Tzu. That is Bowers, who,
Bowers is so funny, man.
dude, he's the man.
Bowers kicks so much ass. He's amazing.
He is just like the classic stereotypical like weirdo nut job reliever. And
Oh
he's
yeah,
the
just
man.
basket case. He's awesome. I love him.
He has the best line in the whole movie, which we will get to later, and I was just pissing myself.
He really picks up as a character in the second act.
It really, really does. So they go to they're walking back from the game, and Billy's talking to his grandfather. They're throwing trivia back and forth at each other. He quizzes him about the first black player, to which he says it's a trick question. Moses Fleetwood Walker is
Looks
the
like
first
play for
uh,
Toledo.
the first black player. He said, I know you would want me to say Jackie Robinson, but he knows it's a gotcha type of question. He says Moses Fleetwood Walker. Grandpa then drops a little hint that he wants Billy's mom, Jenny, to date the first baseman, Lou Collins. And that will become a thing throughout the movie.
Lou, that's also like Lou is clearly interested. It's not just like he's throwing this out there. It's like, hey, why don't you go find a rich guy? Like, no, Lou is definitely interested.
Yeah, Lou
Which is
had
how we find
previously.
out we're dealing with a dead dad style scenario yet again.
Yeah, which I have a little bit of a soliloquy, a bit of a diatribe, if you will, for later on about this. We texted about it yesterday. It's just
We
too
did.
much, but we'll get into it.
We didn't do this on purpose.
No, apparently 10 different directors did. I mean, it's a problem. We'll get into it. The grandfather says, hey, I really need Billy to come to the game tomorrow. Roger Clemens is pitching. And, I remember when I was just a lad, just a youth, I had the chance to go see Walter Johnson, Alex Stump, his favorite.
I was going to say, I love listening to you guys argue about Walter Johnson.
I don't even want to get into that.
I know you're going to be pissed off, but I kind of see where Alex is coming from here. I might be Team Stumpy on this one. I think
Walter
you both
Johnson
have a point, but it's funny for you to yell at Alex. I like
Walter Johnson on your Rushmore of pitchers is too much, dude. It's too much.
It's sign of the times. We'll discuss this later. But there are two pitchers named Johnson in this movie, and I'm not sure that Walter's the best.
And that's my argument. I said, Walter's not even the best Johnson on the Mount Rushmore. Anyway. He says, you got to come to the game. The mom says, you can come to the game as long as you do your science project. He runs back the old volcano from last year, runs home, bikes home from school to go to the baseball game with his grandfather. Whoops.
Tragedy
Dead
is
grandpa. Damn, we took way different turns on that. I said, whoops, dead grandpa. You said tragedy.
I said tragedy is struck.
Yeah.
But no, I think we're both right.
He's even in death, he is dropping heaters, even in death. Because the next scene is them in a lawyer's office, and he has videotaped a statement to be part of his last will and testament.
Yeah,
But
we're in a probate zone, baby.
it was taped over an old Knicks game, so it
Yeah, it
starts
was,
off with a sick Ewing turnaround.
it's the Knicks and the Bulls. So
Yeah.
like, guy knows ball.
So you know that Michael Jordan probably absolutely crucified Patrick Ewing like 2 seconds after, uh, which is, what happens when the Knicks played the Bulls in the 80s and the 90s. He says, "If you're watching this tape, I guess I'm dead. I'm sorry," which is also amazing.
Yeah, but if you're taping a video, Will, I guess it kind of makes sense. Like, how else are you gonna broach the subject? Like, only one reason you're watching this bad boy.
Because I'm dead. I'm sorry. The
Yeah, you're
I'm
not gonna
sorry.
watch somebody's will when they're alive.
That's true. And you find out that he gives the Minnesota Twins to 12-year-old Billy Haywood. That's a lot.
And he even says, "I don't care how young you are," in like on tape. Do you think that's a good call? Like on his part, is that cool?
He says it. He effectively leads into like, oh, if you're under 18, is what he means in this scene. Is like, we'll have other people help you with the day-to-day stuff, but like, I want you to have them. Now, I don't think he would have guessed that, and what we will find out is that Billy will install himself as the manager of the Minnesota Twins.
Yeah,
But
he
like,
might be overstepping. It's
I think a little bit. I don't think he necessarily thought that was going to happen, but he does love and know ball.
yes, and that's why he is. It's Billy. You're my best friend, and it's a very touching moment. But Billy both loves and knows ball, and we've established this in the first 30 minutes of this film. So it's not necessarily the worst idea in the world, but it seems a little bit reckless. And for the last two movies about 12-year-olds being put into these situations, kind of mean.
It's just too much.
A
It's too
lot of
much. And
pressure.
a lot of this movie is about how it is too much for Billy to handle, which we will see. One other funny part here, he tells his friend says, when my grandfather died, all I got was a sweater. Great. That's a hilarious one. Apparently there's another, teenage love interest in this, Shelley, who wants his autograph. She's much less involved in this than the love interest was in Rookie of the Year.
Correct.
Uh, I don't know if I have much to say about that. It's kind of pointless in the movie. They don't really
Yeah,
explore that.
she's just in a handful of scenes. I don't know.
So they cut to the Twins field. Billy and his friends are playing catch. The security guard stops them and says, "Oh, hey kids, get off my lawn." And the general manager runs down and says, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! This guy's the owner of the Minnesota Twins." Which, like, how is this guy supposed to know?
Right, and he apologized, says that he's new, so it's fine.
But he makes a nice triumphant return to this movie at the end.
I would say he was also in Rudy. So hey, the guy's just racking up. He's the
my dad. I watched this with my
you've seen
parents.
the GIF. You've seen the GIF.
My dad was there. He's like, I recognize this guy from somewhere, and we couldn't place it. So I'm gonna go downstairs when this is over and be like, Rudy, and he's gonna be so stoked on that.
Oh my god, it was Rudy.
He's gonna be pumped. Next, we go to the next day. There's practice happening. Billy's watching O'Farrell, played by Dennis Farina, coach the team. Again, he's a dick, and Billy is really not. He's really not vibing with the way that O'Farrell is coaching this team. There's a little bit of a dispute here, and that's setting up kind of a conflict between the two. Meanwhile, Jenny, the mother, is talking to Collins while he's stretching hilariously. He's like bent over all the way backwards.
We're getting some
Like,
real deep hammy stretches.
yeah, deep hammy stretches.
Deep hammy stretches.
I think it's interesting that she's just also on the field now with all the players. I guess like accompanying
Yeah, I was
her
gonna say
son.
she's accompanying a minor, and is like technically like a legacy owner here. She
Yeah,
went from her father-in-law to now son. So I guess it was just going to be like her husband's at some point. You would think. I don't know when Robards did this. Do you think if Billy's dad was still alive and then he died and Billy still got the team, you think he'd be pissed?
probably. Although here's the thing about
Probably.
this: we don't really know what happens to Billy's dad. They never say that he's dead.
It's insinuated that he's dead. They insinuate that he's dead because why else would like if he was just divorced, why would the father-in-law be closer with her than the son and trying to hook him up with one of the players on the team? Or hook her up with one of the players on the team. It's insinuated that the dad's passed away. I don't think that there's any animosity there. They also don't really talk about him.
They don't. He's
No, the father figure is Jason Robards.
Yeah.
It's the grandfather.
Which is the old double whammy in this one, like we had talked about. Two dead dads.
Two bagger. We got two
Not
dead
good.
dads.
Double tap. Not great. Now,
not a great genre for dads, man.
It's not at all.
It's not.
It's not. If you're a dad
I was going through other movies like, brother, we got more dead dads in The Breach.
Yeah, this is a who's who of dead dads if you're looking at baseball movies. It's too much.
I might have to shake up our recording schedule here so I can pick a movie that has a dad that's alive in it.
We'd be looking for a hay and a needle stack on that one. I don't know how many we got, brother. Next, I don't even remember the context of the scene. I just have the quote written down. He's talking to his friends. He's talking about, I think school. I don't even remember exactly. I should have taken better notes on this.
I think I know which one. I think I know exactly which one you're going to talk about.
This is the most profound quote in the movie. More profound than the banana split.
I know exactly what you're going to say, and it's because he's complaining that he has to do homework.
Yes.
And his friend's like, what are you doing homework for? You're rich. So
yes. He says, if you're rich, you don't need to be smart. That's the beauty of this country. A 12-year-old says this. I mean,
I love the friends in this movie.
The friends in this movie are hilarious.
They're among the best, like, just because every baseball movie is just going to have, like, some pals.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big trope in this. These might be my favorite pals. Like, absolute scene stealers. I love them.
These are some elite pals.
And they look almost identical to the pals from Rookie of the Year.
They're just, like, generic kids.
Yeah.
Which is good. Let's see. Next we have this is pretty good. Billy gets called to the principal's office, who there is previously a little dust up with. He was running in the halls. He gets called to the principal's office. Apparently the GM had called the school to get Billy on the old bat phone to ask him if he wants to sign Ricky Henderson.
It's a pre-cell phone era. But the only way to reach him, which is a very funny plot point, is to call the school, and then he gets called into the principal's office.
The principal's in the back. He's like giddy. He's like, is it a trade? Is it a signing, a big trade? And he's like, this is confidential. You're the school principal. You got big timed by a 12-year-old who's 100,000 million times richer than you'll ever be.
I mean, you just had a serious chip on your shoulder. Because he was running as a preteen will do through the school on more than one occasion, not an isolated incident.
Not an isolated incident. We go to the clubhouse now, and there's more of a dispute between O'Farrell and Billy, and he ends up big time in O'Farrell as well. Cans his ass. Fires.
You're out of here. Like I had a problem with Ricky Henderson who was a third base coach for the Yankees. Well, it seems like you had a problem with a lot of people when you were third base coach for the Yankees. But like not wanting Ricky Henderson on your baseball team, crazy.
Yeah. Which also
Crazy.
they don't get him,
No.
which is also weird
And then
because
they
like
don't
that
get
is
him.
like one of the catalysts for the O'Farrell firing, and then it's just like never mentioned ever again.
It could be that, they missed their opportunity because you would think that somebody
They
jumped in there and snagged them.
they did list a hilarious list of things that Ricky Henderson wanted, including a dog and a
I don't remember
Testarossa.
what kind of dog it was.
It was like a Siberian albino husky
So
wolfdog
yeah,
or
it
something.
was like
They're
pretty sure a
listing
fake
adjectives.
dog.
Yeah, they're just listing adjectives. His friends then convince him to be the manager. And he walks into the owner's office with the general manager, or the front office guy. I don't even know if his title is ever actually given. And then Mac, who is the pitching coach, who is now like his kind of right-hand man, who's like guiding him through the day to day. And they're giving him a little bit of a pop quiz. Oh, well, you can't be the manager of this team. You're 12. How are you going to handle this if this happens? And they run through some baseball scenarios, and he just crushes. He crushes. He
He
knows
knows
what to do.
ball. He
He's a
knows ball.
certified, fortified ball knower. And they're like, all right, well, let's do it. Let's make you the manager. And he goes and he tells his mother. Mom's not too pleased. Mom says, when I told you to get a job, I was talking about, Jim Jam Flim Flam. And she's like, he's a paper boy. And Billy goes, oh, so you want me to get a job, but you don't want me to get a good job.
Good job.
Amazing. Amazing.
Billy's got a little sass in him.
He's got some sass, which we will find out it will soon become a little bit of a problem. So he announces he's the manager at a press conference. He goes into the locker room. Not super warmly received by the guys. They liked him as a friend. They liked him as the grandson of the owner. They're skeptical about his ability to manage a professional baseball team.
And I get it. Like I would be absolutely furious. Like if now all of a sudden this kid who got the job, this Nepo baby gets the job, fires the manager, and then installs himself in that position. Seems sketchy.
Outside perspective,
Seems
imagine you're just like the Mets watching this. You're like, holy shit, what is going on?
What just happened? This is
crazy.
Insane.
Like, remove yourself from movie land here, from Hollywood. If this happened, it would be like the biggest story that's ever happened in the history of professional sports.
This is one of those times, and I guess we can do it now. I always like to ask the question, like, if you watched this in real time, like if this was happening during, we were watching during the 94 season, are you glued to this or do you hate it?
Both. It's the ultimate.
It's something.
You have to be glued to this. You also have.
I'm definitely watching the first game. Like that's must see TV.
Last week we sat here and said we would be stoked if some juiced out, roided out to the gills meathead took a 12-year-old to Jupiter.
I couldn't. I would die of happiness if that happened.
And this is not quite as direct because it's not. He's just managing the team. Like it's still just a bunch of dudes out there playing baseball.
Yeah, nobody's throwing at him. Like the Dodgers.
But like to an extent, you have to be like, this is kind of messed up. Like there's some guy who probably waited his whole life to get that job, and a Nepo baby is taking the job.
Right, like there's a coach in waiting, and he's doing fine. Everybody seems to respect him. He's a pitching coach, but that's not uncommon.
It's the dude who didn't make the team because Bronny James had to start the season on the Lakers, right? Like that's what happened. This is what happened. Billy Haywood is Bronny James, right? And Bronny James now, obviously, is in the G League. So,
Oh, Bronny Haywood.
I mean, listen.
Some
So,
guys in Spain because Bronny had to be on the
dude,
roster.
some guys playing. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. I was going to make a joke in poor taste, and
Okay.
we're gonna move on
We're gonna
past
move on
joke
from
in
that.
poor
We're gonna move
taste.
on from that.
We're moving on to a sick piece of cinematography that I really did not think I was gonna see in Little Big League. A sick piece of cinematography. It's the first game. He's there managing. He's in his child's-sized MLB official Minnesota Twins
It's
uniform.
so the logo's so big.
It's
Did you know
massive.
it's so you can't even read it. It's so big,
It's
but it's the same
hilarious.
size logo as everybody else, and it's
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 so
just
good.
it's huge. Billy is a slightly built 12-year-old.
So he goes over to his mom. His mom says, "You have something on your face," and she gets a little tissue and she starts wiping his face. And he's like, "Mom, there's people watching." And then it cuts up to the jumbotron, and everybody's watching.
Everybody's watching. Everybody's laughing.
So
Billy's all flushed in the cheek.
he is embarrassed. It's on the jumbotron, and then from the jumbotron, it pans over to his friends, and then it kind of zooms into the jumbotron, and then just becomes like a live shot of the friends, not on the jumbotron. If I did a decent job explaining that, a super cool shot that I did not expect to see in a baseball movie that was made in 1994, of a movie of this caliber. A pretty sick shot that I actually really enjoyed seeing. I didn't expect anything like that to be like anything super creative, but I really liked that. Uh, Then we start to see his style as a manager. He puts on a hit and run, and one of the players who I think this is, if I'm not mistaken, Mark Hodges, who's a little bit more of a veteran guy on the team, he's skeptical about Billy as a manager. He doesn't want him there. And there's another guy as well, McGreevy, who's a pitcher, who also doesn't want him there. Hodges is like, this guy's not going to tell me what to do. This is ludicrous. McGreevy, his point is he's a free agent. This guy's going to freaking run me into the ground. I'm going to lose all my value. So Hodges is up. There's a hit and run on. He doesn't swing. He blows the sign on purpose. The guy on first is thrown out at second. That's a bad guy.
It's a bad guy. It's a really bad look. It's a really shitty thing to do. Missing a sign is one thing. Taking matters into your own hands is kind of like the cardinal sin between the lines.
It's not good.
You know, like outside the lines in baseball, it's gambling. And I mean, for a time, it was like steroids. But even that, like steroids weren't illegal for a really, really long time.
Yeah.
But
Sticky
yeah,
stuff.
it's between the lines is sticky stuff's kind of the big one. But like the cardinal sin is you know just throwing away the signs and going rogue.
Can't do that.
No, it's a really bad look.
But Billy, class act at this point. Post game presser. He knows that the guy did it on purpose, but he takes all the blame for the whole thing. And he does it in front of Hodges, and Hodges looks at him and kind of there's a little real recognized real moment, or unreal recognized real, because Hodges is
Yeah.
acting like
And Mac
phony.
goes to say that he that it was a hit and run. He didn't execute. He goes to say it, and Billy jumps in and wears it. And I respect that.
Super respect on that.
Jim Leland would never do that. George O'Farrell wouldn't do that.
Leland would
He
be
would
just
call
smoking
you a
19.
series of just unpleasant things.
He would, and Leland would
And
be
Jim
ripping
just
heaters.
dart after dart.
Now the next scene is him and the pals fishing, and they're always fishing, and they're never catching any fish, but they're fishing. They're just fishing, just boys being boys. Let me go back to the game here, and we have a bit of a hot-headed, really aggro pitcher who is nicknamed Blackout.
Blackout's awesome. That guy rules.
Awesome.
And Billy has his
Super
back
cool.
initially because the first time we meet him, O'Farrell's telling him that he's got a shitty curveball.
And he
And
says, your
then
curveball is
Billy's like,
not
I
bad.
think you have a good curveball, but your release point's a little off, so it stays flat. And then he yells at him because he's a child, and Blackout is a massive, hulking, Fu Manchu'd up
Yeah. This
behemoth of
guy's
a relief pitcher. Lots of relievers in this movie, and I love a reliever.
he's a meme and a half, dude. This guy's hilarious.
There's a lot of very funny guys on this team.
He goes into the game to take him out, and Blackout is displeased. But he's getting the respect of some of the guys because they have a little bit of a meeting at the mound, and Collins, who maybe has some ulterior motives, because I'm not one to comment on this necessarily, but Jenny Haywood, kind of a huge babe.
Yeah, yeah, she's definitely got the '90s mom look going. Everything. Listen, this is coming of age for us.
So Lou Collins, a little bit of ulterior motives, but he's holding it down for Billy. The rest of the infield also doing the same as well. And Blackout finally, he hits him with the little reverse psychology. He's saying, hey, do you saying Bowers sucks and that he can't pitch? He's like,
Right.
no, I'm not saying that. And eventually Blackout, relents and goes out. They do lose, unfortunately.
Maybe not the right managerial decision, but these things happen when you go on instinct.
They've lost 2 in a row under Billy. And he confronts the team in the clubhouse after the game and says, you guys are so concerned about winning. You guys are so concerned about this being a job, about getting your paychecks, about whatever it is, that you're forgetting that you guys get to play baseball for a living. You guys get to go to Yankee Stadium. You guys get to go out and play in the bigs. Just have a little bit of fun with it. Have a little bit of fun with it. And then it cuts to the fellas having fun at the amusement park.
Fellas are having a nice time. Is this Billy's birthday party?
It is Billy's birthday
Okay,
party.
because they allude to Billy's birthday party, and Lou is invited.
Lou
And
Collins.
he does run it by Jane to make sure it's cool if he goes. They said, you can't tell your boss no in his first week.
It's true. He asks Jenny if she's going, and she says, am I going to my son's birthday party? My 12-year-old son's? Yes, I am going.
Well,
Yes.
she doesn't say she's going to her son's birthday party. She says she can't wait to she wouldn't miss a chance to ride one of the roller coasters.
Yeah, the whirling dervish or whatever.
Something, yeah, whatever. But also, why would you ask the mother, even if you're just having even if it's just banter? Why are you asking the mom if she's going to her kid's party? Of course she's going. You know who's not going? His dad, because he's dead.
Yeah, he's for sure not going. He's not going.
He's not going.
A cornfield's not getting this one back. I'll tell you that much.
Him back.
Not getting him back. We're at the amusement park. They're riding the freaking splash guy, whatever the hell it is, the one that has the huge wave where you stand on the bridge, and
not the log jammer. The
big
was
splash.
the Pittsburgh plunge, the big splash.
Yeah. Collins is on the bridge with the mom. They're chopping it up. He says, when's the last time you were on a date, like a real date? And she said 14 years ago. So Dad's not been around for 14 years.
Or that's when they started, got married, and had a kid.
Yeah.
And then he
exploded. Everyone knows that.
We don't know.
Just dust, pink mist. So he asked her on a date. This is where we start this kind of romance. So we're at the next game, and Billy installs a little bit of trickery. He tells the player who gets walked to run to first base after he gets his base on balls and run to second to try to take the extra bag. Meanwhile, there's a runner on third. The guy on third is the speedster of the team, Mickey Scales, which great baseball name.
Great baseball name.
Great baseball names in this movie. Tucker Kane.
Tucker Kane's a very good baseball name.
That's so good.
What's Leon's last name? Leon's a good one. We got some names.
Yeah, we got some Spencer Hamilton, Lonnie Ritter. There's so many good ones. So this works. He runs to second. The catcher recognizes a little bit too late. He goes to throw to second. He looks at third. He's like, oh my God, there's a guy on third. This has kind of turned into the steal second, runner from third comes home situation, classic baseball situation. He jukes him out at third a little bit. By the time he throws to second, he's too late to get the runner at second, and Scales scores from third. And they're like, wow, maybe
Double
this guy knows a
steal.
little ball.
Yeah, a little double steal action. That's not new, though. They're giving Billy too much credit. How do
They
you
are.
not know? How have you never executed a double steal? Why did you even hire George if he doesn't know this?
But off the walk, though, pretty fun.
Yeah.
Fun off the walk. This is what starts what has happened in all of the movies thus far. The montage of the team getting better.
Gelling, coming together, having a good old time.
The song on this montage sucks, but the baseball is nice.
The baseball is real nice in this movie. We will discuss
baseball in this movie is super good. Granted, there's like 6 or 7 cameos from like legit stud MLB players, like goats.
Studs, dude. There's a lot of Hall of Famers in this movie.
Like literal goats. Like actual.
We already had Mickey Tettleton talking shit in game 1.
Yeah. Game 1, Mickey Tettleton's talking shit. He said, "Welcome to the bigs, kid," or something. Have a nap or whatever, something like that. Something.
But yeah, he's busting everybody's balls about a kid manager, which you're gonna wear it. Like you're gonna wear it.
Have to. You're 12.
Right.
So the team's getting better. They've won 6 in a row. The fellas are hanging out, playing a little bit of Monopoly. The pals, Billy and his pals. There's a date with Lou Collins. Lou Collins knocks on the door as the boys are playing Monopoly. Everything's going swimmingly. Blackout even comes up the next day and says, hey, I was looking at the tapes and you were right. I was overstriding and my release point was off on my curveball. So now he's getting the respect. Things are going well with Collins and Jenny. They've won 6 in a row. They're at dinner with the GM and Mac, the pitching coach, and they're saying, hey, there's a little bit of a incident going on up in room 401 or whatever. And they all look at each other and they go, Bowers. They know Bowers. He's up to no good. So they go up and Bowers and a couple other guys are throwing water balloons out the window at the guys on the team that they aren't the biggest fans of. And I think it's McGreevy who's down there, the pitcher.
Correct. McGreevy. There's a lot of butting heads with McGreevy. He doesn't want anything to do with this.
He's really resistant the whole entire time. But they nail him right in the dome piece with the old
great shot. Just a bullseye.
Yeah. This is also the second movie that we've seen where they're throwing stuff out the window, a la the plates in The Scout.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of baseball movies.
Well, this is more of a drop because they're even this is a drop, not a throw. But like Bowers is even telling like you got to adjust for the wind, like 18 inches to the left. So like he's a learned hand at this. Like he is a skilled balloonsman.
Now, this scene's funny, but the next scene's real funny. Because the next scene starts and Billy is, they're on the road and Billy is, presumably staying in a hotel by himself for the first time. And as one does, you're flicking through the channels on the old hotel TV and Billy comes across night nurses from Jersey. They're off the turnpike and on duty for love.
On duty for love.
Which they show like more than I thought they would show in the movie.
You get to watch a little bit of Night Nurses from Jersey.
You get to see a couple little pieces of lingerie.
We did skip one part, and it's with McGreevy, and it's right before he gets hit with a water balloon, so it's very funny. He says that the team is managed by a circus freak.
Ah.
Billy's just young, man. Like he's just fine.
Does McGreevy think he's an adult man?
Yeah. Does he not know? Does he not get it?
We got a small man managing me.
Right? Does he not in the circus? Like, he seems fine to me.
He is a kid, but like
He's a child in a
I
child's
took
body, and everything seems to be fine otherwise.
I took that as more of a media circus, but,
Okay.
we
Okay.
might have a cattail coming across the screen here in a second. I
Love
took that
that.
there it is,
Oh, there we
there
go.
I took that more as a, media circus, but I do find it funny to think that, like, maybe McGreevy's like, "Come
What
on, come on, step up
what's
and get your tickets for the
the hell's the
amazing
matter with this
tiny man.
guy? The hell's the matter? What's up with this guy?
See the amazing tiny man." That would be pretty funny, I think.
Yeah, I have that start in my notes and I just forgot it. I was too excited about night nurses from Jersey.
Yeah, they are off the turnpike and on duty for love, and they're like, "Oh, doctor, you're so busy taking care of everyone else. Who take cares of you? Who takes care of you?"
You.
And they're like, "You get laundry." I'm like, "Dude, I'm watching this with my parents, man. Come on, what are you doing here?"
I like
Uh,
that the movie never punches down.
yes, it is and I don't even know if I don't know if I wrote this down. Let me check my notes. You find out later that he watched it like an ungodly
I think
number
it's
of
8 times.
dude, that's
I think it's
hell
8,
yeah.
then he blames Bowers.
The
I'll
show's
cut him. I'll trade him to Detroit.
uh the next game, he is asleep during the game because he was up all night watching Night Nurses.
And hijinks with the boys, whacking McGreevy with a water balloon,
Uh,
working at the
post
circus.
post game, I don't remember where this one comes through either. My note taking was off. I was doing it on my phone. I'm much more of a notebook guy, so I didn't get the finer details. But I think Bowers says at some point, a pig becomes a hog at 180
80
pounds.
pounds.
I don't even remember what the context of that is, but it's so funny. Bowers is just a freaking goofball, man. Uh, the next note I have is Mike McGreevy is such a bitch, which is because
He is. He's just underhanded and sneaky and just like trying to undermine everything. He's just a little bitch.
yeah, he blows off a scouting report, gives the opposing player just a juicy, just a mamma mia meatball, and he puts it off the fence. And again, we're allowed to say that.
That's our word.
Okay. Puts it off the fence. There's a little confrontation in the dugout, and McGreevy says, "Oh, I don't know. I must have forgot the scouting report. Well, I hope you don't trade me. I hope you don't cut me." And Billy says, "You thought, buddy. Guess what,
That's why.
doofus? Guess what, dipshit? You're a free agent. So guess what? Go out there and keep hanging curveballs. Go out there and keep getting shelled. I'm putting you in as much as I possibly can. Because what's the market for a guy who sucks?
It's
Nothing."
just in his face, right in his mug,
And he says it kind of just like that too.
just like that.
He's like, "Dude, you all right? Go do that, man. See if you're not freaking putting the fries in the bag next to your bud."
Right? Yeah. Go
Uh,
learn Japanese, buddy.
I'm on my NBA, dude. I'm always like, "Yeah, dude, your friends are gonna have fun playing for the Lao Xing Flying Leopards, brother." Okay. So he big times, rightfully, McGreevy. Uh, this is a game where they beat the New York Yankees, and the next day, the headline in the paper says, "Twin killing in NYC." We're just gonna let that one percolate for a little bit. You know?
It doesn't age well.
Movie's ahead of its time, I'll say that. We go to the pals now, who this part's hilarious. They found a replacement Billy. They found a guy who is just a real Dorcas.
Lowell, right? Like the replacement Billy's amazing. I love replacement Billy.
They don't let him talk. They hit him in the
No.
head with a large inflatable bat when he talks. It's just hilarious.
Yeah, but they realize they need a third friend, so they just find a new one. And it's just this submissive little kid who just kind of tags along and he's fine.
It's so good. There's Billy says, "Hey, I'm so sorry I can't hang out. I got all this paperwork. Let's make plans." A la Rookie of the Year, he cancels the plans to go do some bigger, better thing. In this case, he is having lunch with Reggie Jackson. That's sick.
That's
The
Mr. October,
pals,
who's not actually in the movie, which is wild because like Jackson and Henderson are not in this movie, but there's some names, dude.
big time. Mom finds out about night nurses. She's displeased. She's displeased about his attitude. He refers to himself in the third person in a press conference. The whole thing is just we're painting him in a poor light now, right?
Yeah,
His friends are mad. His mom is
he gets grounded because of night nurses. And when that hits the headlines of the reason why he's missing a game, he's not suspended by the league. He's grounded by his mother. And that's whenever he starts referring to himself in the third person because all the greats do it.
Yeah. It's he's getting a little too big for his britches. Now, he's going to have to make some hard decisions now, and this is where he starts to realize, like, oh, this is really going to wear on me, and I have to actually do difficult things now. The next game we start, we get a Pudge sighting, who just one of my all-time favorites, man.
Yeah, I was a catcher growing up, and he was white.
Absolute dog. Yesterday I said he's one of the best to ever do it. My dad pulls up a little list and says, on this list, he's 3. And I said, is
Who's
Yogi
number 1?
Berra above him?
Yeah, to say Baron Bench. Is it going to be that
Correct.
list?
Correct. And I said, that's a fun list, but I don't think there's a world where Yogi Berra is better than Pudge Rodriguez.
Right. I mean, he was hilarious and everybody likes Yogi a lot. But
like, what if instead of coming up with funny,
I get he's got 8 rings. I get it. That's insane. But also, like, everybody was bagging groceries. Get real.
Yeah. Who's better, Shaq or Bill Russell? Like,
Right.
What if instead of coming up with funny, quirky things to say, he was just better at baseball?
He was out there hitting the weights.
And then he'd be Pudge Rodriguez. So there it is. That's for my boy Bab. Huge Pudge guy.
Pudge is the man. That's a great pick.
Love Pudge. Now Jerry, who is, we find out, Billy's favorite player of all time, but he's been stinking it up this year, unfortunately. Jerry Johnson, and he gets a single.
It's like 0 for 30 at this point. Like, it's abysmal.
0 for August, they say, which is pretty funny. Something like that. He gets a single, and Billy's hyped. And Mac looks at him and says, it's a problem when you're this happy over like an infield single, like one that just snuck through. And then we cut to him having to make a tough decision to cut Jerry, his favorite player. And Jerry's mad. Billy's really upset. He goes home, Lou's with his mom, watching a movie or whatever. He's pissed at Lou. He installs a curfew. He's just in a bad mood over everything. Over the friend stuff, the getting grounded, the having to cut Jerry. He's just he's turning into a bad guy now. The pressure is becoming too much for 12-year-old Billy Haywood. It's too much. The next scene is a little bit of comic relief, though. Billy goes out to argue a call at first base. Calls the ump a big dork, which I think we need to bring back childhood insults. Big dork, awesome. Calling somebody a bozo, calling somebody
I love bozo. I have bozo in my notes in regards to George. I love bozo. I love hitting people with dork and dweeb.
Dweeb is amazing. Moron, idiot. Hey, buddy, you just blowing from stupid town?
Moron and idiot are too pointed. They're like bozo, dork, dweeb. Like, yeah.
You were valedictorian at clown college. Love that one.
I like
Uh,
who is this clown?
you,
Because then it's like you don't even know what kind of like what clown they are.
you're not even a famous clown.
Yeah, he's just like a run of the mill average clown at best.
Uh, he gets ejected from the game. There's a hilarious, air horns going off. He's cursing, yada yada. The umpire goes up, tells his mom what he said. He gets ejected from the game.
Oh, that's when he gets suspended.
That's when he
That's
gets.
right. That's right. That's when he gets suspended by mom. Not overnight nurses. She can let that one slide.
She's like, boys will be boys.
What isn't that what they say on the Sax cast? Boys will be boys.
I think so.
On our sister podcast.
That's it. Now we go to Chris Berman. Another great cameo.
So I think the third Berman in the movies we've done so far.
I think so.
I think it's our third Berman because I'm pretty sure he's definitely in Mr. 3000. I'm pretty sure he's in The Scout.
I think so as well.
Yeah.
Third Berman is my next band name.
Ooh.
After one that we found out a week ago today, Third Round Egg Roll.
Third Round Egg Roll.
Incredible band name.
I have that written down somewhere.
Have to. It's great. It's his mom's birthday. Lou's taking her out. There's still some continued beef here between Billy and Lou Collins. He goes into the clubhouse and he's just being a dick, a la O'Farrell, right? He's turned into exactly what he didn't want to do, and his funk is rubbing off on the team. There's kind of a sad sack montage where Billy is like not in a good mood. But it all turns around when he stumbles across a random stickball game. I believe this is in the mean streets of Chicago. Right.
Yeah, they're on the road. I think it's Chicago.
Yeah, right next to the old black site. And he plays
all those. That's what they built around those kids, and nobody's seen or heard from them since.
That's it. They play stickball again. His swing sucks, man.
It's so bad. But this again, like all these problems, nothing little stickball can't fix.
He plays a little stickball. He tells the kids, I like a little tongue-in-cheek joke. I like a bad joke if it's like intentionally bad. Worst joke in the movie, worst joke in any movie we've watched. This joke sucks. Stupid.
It's not good.
Cheap shot, just dumb joke. They say, hey, aren't you that Billy Haywood kid? He goes, nah, if I was Billy Haywood, would I be here playing stickball? He goes, oh, yeah, you're right. What's your name? And he goes, Bond. Jim Bond. Boo, that sucks.
Come on. Yeah, no, it's not good.
Not a good joke.
Not good.
Not a good joke. Every other joke hits in this, I think. That joke sucks. But, he has fun playing stickball. They do put me in, coach, I'm ready to play. It's all fun and games after that. Back in Minnesota, Billy and his mom get on the same page. He goes, will you always be there for me? She pulls the car over, skirt. She says, your dad's dead, but I'll always be there for you forever, no matter what.
Yeah, dad won't, but I'm good.
He had previously benched Lou. Lou's starting again.
But Lou kind of deserved it. Like, I know it's framed as a, like the tensions are arising there, but at the same time, like Lou's in a really serious slump, and they got to do something. They need to light a fire under their ass. They're one game back in the All-Star in the wild card.
Yeah. Now, there's a team meeting here, and Billy apologizes. Now, I know this is kind of your bit, but I have to ask you because I was dying to know. He apologizes to the team, and Bowers says, on behalf of the entire Apache Nation, we accept this olive branch of peace. Now, I don't know what's in his family tree, but I'll ask you, is that cool?
Well, land acknowledgements are very in right now. Nobody's in a hurry. Nobody's in a hurry to give it back, but we are certainly acknowledging land. That's just as good, right?
They are in Minnesota. Bowers doesn't seem,
I don't know his lineage. I do not. I meant to look it up after hearing that joke, and I wrote down Apache ? And then I never followed through. So I will have to do that.
For Bowers' sake, let's just assume that he is, and this is not a joke in poor taste.
It's just in terrible, terrible taste.
Now, we set up the final sequence of the movie, which is they need 4 wins. They need the Mariners to lose 4. And if that happens, they play the Mariners in a 1-game playoff to go to the playoffs. We have another little montage of the team getting on the same page. Now, I texted you about this immediately after watching it. There's a slow-mo montage of some real ball being played.
Yeah.
And there's a glove flip from the shortstop to the second baseman.
Sliding glove flip.
Who catches it bare hand, throws to first for the double play. It is baller.
And the throw is a little short, and the pick at first is good.
Lou Collins, the pick. Sick baseball sequence.
Very, very good.
Like one of the coolest baseball sequences we've seen of any movie that we've watched.
It is the actors. These aren't stunt doubles. These are the guys we got saying lines in the movie.
We set up the finale. They've won all their games. They're watching the Mariners lose the final game that they need to lose. And we set up the pinnacle here, the playoff with the Mariners to go to the MLB playoffs.
I don't remember who the Mariners are playing in the game they're watching on TV, but Magadan he's at the plate, and Bauer says, "Mags, I know you're a decent human, but die like a dog." And then he immediately grounds into a double play.
And the
game-ending double play.
The clubhouse is jumping. They're stoked. He makes up with his friends. They call him a dweeb. Love that.
They hit him with dweeb, and they're right to do so.
And they go fishing. Nothing a little fishing with the buds can't make up.
Back to the old fishing hole where they said they've never caught a fish ever.
And he says something like, "How they biting? How they running today? Never caught a fish one time ever." Now we're going up to the final game here. But beforehand, Billy has to do a little math homework. And the problem is John paints houses, and he can paint a whole house in 3 hours. And Steve can paint a whole house in 5 hours. How long does it take them to paint the house together? So he tells this to Mac. Mac doesn't know. Cuts to the whole team on the whiteboard, and the whole team is taking a crack.
The shoddily drawn house.
2 stick figures. Joe.
Some of the answers are hilarious. 15 hours. McGreevy, it's 15. He can do it 3. He can do it 5. 3 times 5 is 15. Tremendous.
They're all dumb idiots, except for, and I forgot to even mention the runner, dude. We forgot the runner. The runner is somebody, and I don't even remember who was in the clubhouse, but I think Bowers isn't the one telling it, right?
Mac is the one telling it.
Mac is the one telling it. He says,
"Yeah, Mac's Riddle.
A cowboy rides into town on Friday, stays for 2 days, and leaves on Friday. How is that possible?" And nobody on the team gets it. No one can get it. So now, culminating in the best line in the movie, in my humble opinion, Bowers walks up to the board. He says, "We can do the simple equation of 3 times 5 over 3 plus 5, leaving you with," and I didn't even write down off the top of my head, 15 divided by 8, which is, whatever. And everyone's kind of awestruck. And they say, how do you know this? What is going on here? Do you do math? And Bowers says, "Oh, but of course, my diminutive leader. long have I been familiar with the exactitudes of the mathematical world, and Mac, the horse's name is Friday. Just mic drop moment.
Mic drop.
The dude who's a lunatic, who's on the mound talking to the ball, just does the mic drop. Of course, but of course, my diminutive leader.
Diminutive, yeah, where it turns out Bowers is kind of a genius.
I love it so much, man. I love it so much. So they play the Mariners now. The team is ready to go after the math problem is solved.
It worked. It worked. It got everybody together.
Who is up to bat? Ken Griffey Jr.
And you want to talk about a clinic.
He hits a megaton, man. An absolute nuclear device.
Yeah, he's the mayor of Ding Dong City.
Yeah, I mean, it's illegal in certain countries what he did to that baseball, without a doubt. And in fact, the play-by-play says people take vacations shorter than that, which is an awesome call.
The play-by-play, one other runner that we missed is they have the stats that they put up. It was the first time anybody's ever stolen 2 bases on a Tuesday afternoon game with 1,300 people in the, like, they're so specific. It is just such a funny bit.
They're like, Jerry is 0 for 16 this month, but in his career, when facing a pitcher for the first time after the 7th inning, he's batting .342. So let's see what happens.
Yeah,
and then he just strikes out on 3 pitches.
It's so hyper specific. It is very, very funny.
It's quite good. In juxtaposition to that decision where he let Jerry hit that I kind of just described, in this, they ask if he wants to pinch hit for Mickey Scales, who's kind of the speedster, but he can't quite hit. And Billy says, no, let Scales go. Scales hits a 3-run bomb as well, ties the old game up. So now we're going into extras. And we got a couple things going on here. Griffey's back up. And I need your take on this, Mr. Miller, because they walk him, and there's a little bit of trickery going on here.
A little trickeration about to happen.
He says, hey, fellas, Billy does. Let's work on that little trick play that we talked about.
Mm-hmm. Let's have some fun.
This isn't a hidden ball trick per se.
It is, though.
But it's a pseudo hidden ball trick.
It is, though.
The pitcher fakes the throw to first, and everybody,
all hands on deck,
like the
all
ball
hands
went
on deck
over Collins' head, including the security guard who's sitting on the first baseline. He's moving the chair, looking around.
Yeah,
everybody thinks the ball has gone over.
The bullpens are in on it. Everybody's in on it.
And Griffey stands up. He runs to second. Turns out Bowers has the ball the whole time. Throws the ball to second. Griffey's out.
So the thing that gets me about this one, it's a hidden ball trick, and it's the cardinal sin. 2 is that Griffey's kind of like looking over his shoulder, lollygagging it into second. He'd be rounding third at this point, brother. Like, Ken Griffey Jr. is not that dude. He would be on his horse. Like, if that dude smelled blood in the water, like, he would be trucking.
Yeah. I'm not knocking it a full
I'm definitely knocking it because a hidden ball.
No, I'm knocking it. I'm not going to knock it a full point because it's not your standard. There's a little bit of extra trickeration going on. I'm knocking it a 0.5.
I'm taking a point off. I'm taking a whole point.
You do, you brother.
Because I'm here as a man of integrity and principle.
Great honor.
Right. And if I let it slide once, you give them an inch, they think they're a yardstick. I'm not doing it.
Now we're going into extras. Read all about it. We're deep in this one. Blackout's in now. His chaw is crazy.
He's just a gross guy, and it's very funny. There's one scene where he's like wrapping the chaw in bubble gum, and it's that big. It's like golf ball size. and everybody's kind of sitting there staring at him.
It's too much. And then
It's
now
too much. It's
he's in
way too much.
extras. It's so big.
It's
It's
so big. It's
slopping down his
chipmunk-esque.
face.
Yeah.
It's all on his jersey. He's dealing a little bit though. He gets a chopper to third, and the third baseman, unfortunately,
Bootski.
he doesn't play it. Doesn't
Oh,
play it
yeah.
right.
They say it takes a bad hop, but they're playing in a dome. It's completely flat. You can't get a bad hop in a dome. It doesn't work that way. It's not for it to hop off of. It's on a carpet.
Yeah, it's not a bad hop. He just misplays it. Now, Mariners score on this. Billy goes over to third baseman and says, "Hey, in frickin' 1917, I don't even remember who he says.
Right.
Jim Jam Flim Flam made an error, and then he gets up and he hit the game-winning double." And he's like, "Oh, really? Yada yada yada, whatever." And he leaves to go bat. And Mac comes over to Billy, who is at this point just like knows every ball fact there is. He says, "Hey, Jim Jam didn't hit that double." And he goes, "I know that,
Yeah.
but he doesn't."
He doesn't.
And he gets up, the third baseman, and he hits a double. He strokes it and he gets on base. Now, Collins is up after that, and we're setting up the moment for Collins to be the hero here. And he says, "Hey, I just asked your mom to marry me," which,
Could wait, probably.
number one, they haven't known each other long enough. I'm not telling anybody how to live their life. But like,
Yeah.
brother, you guys have been dating for like a couple months, maybe, not even one whole baseball season.
No, the kid was
Also,
in school, so that's, May, June, right?
her son is his boss. Like, it's just a weird
It's not a great
situation.
look. Not a great look. Very
And
Oedipal
then
in nature.
you say that to your boss right before the biggest at bat you're ever going to take in your whole life.
Right.
I mean, what does this guy think?
It's like if your wife was giving birth and you were like, "Hey, good luck in there. I bought a car."
Just so you know, by the
Yeah.
way.
You can't just drop that news. That's something that everybody should be talking about.
And she says, "Oh, well, you got to ask Billy." Colin says, "Your mom told me to ask you." And Billy hits him with the, "You can marry her if you hit a home run." And then he says, "Just kidding. You can marry her even if you don't hit a home run." Maybe if he just said, "You can marry her if you hit a home run," what's about to happen wouldn't have happened.
Maybe.
Which is a little WTP.
Or maybe if he wasn't a bum.
If he wasn't a bum. But instead, he didn't hit the weights. He didn't have a couple extra Wheaties
He
in
was
the
too
bowl.
busy going to Billy's house, hanging out on the couch, smooching up on mom, past curfew.
Past curfew. Maybe if he got an extra hour of sleep,
yeah,
he wouldn't have hit the ball to the fence to get caught by Ken Griffey Jr.
Hit the weights,
WTP.
kid. Hit the weights,
WTP.
kid. Also, unbelievable catch from Griffey.
Yeah, that scene is sick. He tracks it great. He jumps up.
Oh, he robs the
ball.
hell out of him. Like, yeah. he gets up there.
Super duper sick. Lou Pinella's mixed in here the whole time. It keeps cutting back to him, which is pretty sick as well.
Just a lot of Lou Piniella.
Which we didn't even. Oh my god!
He gets some lines.
I'm such an idiot. We didn't even talk about who's pitching.
Oh yeah, they go in extra innings. They go to the bullpen.
They go to the bullpen.
The big unit.
Randy freaking Johnson.
Randy, don't call me Walter Johnson.
And he's dealing.
Well, it's kind of his whole thing.
That is his whole thing.
Yeah, well, like the first couple of seasons when he was just like blasting dudes in the neck.
He gets the out. Game's over. Twins lose. After the game, Billy goes, he says he's going to retire because it's just too much. He's a kid. He shouldn't have been working a job. He's a billionaire. He has to go to school. He has to pass math class. The team's all behind him. They say, "Hey, we really want you. We had a great time. This is the best season we've had in a while." Dennis Farina is just a Lamarav Dago.
He
And
was just gunned down by Bruce Willis that summer.
we don't want him in here. And the security guard comes in and says, "Hey, they're still here." Who's still here? Everybody, all of them.
Everybody.
He goes out. He gets a standing ovation from the crowd on the jumbotron. Says, "We heart Billy." And again, Chris, the most abrupt ending.
It's over. It's done.
These
baseball
freaking
movies
people,
just be ending.
dude, they don't know how to end a movie.
But like, do we need denouement? Like, we already know that they're getting married. Maybe Lou dies too. It could be a triple dad.
The triple dipper, dude.
Yeah, maybe she's out here whacking dads.
Oh, well.
A little Black Widow style scenario.
Could be.
And now she's got Lou's money too.
I think that's what
she said.
I think Whacking Dads is I think Whacking Dads is what he watched after
That's
Night Nurses.
That's on after Night Nurses from Jersey.
All right. That's it for the movie. It ends abruptly.
That's kind of a thing. They can get in, get out.
You got anything before I tell you who brought us today's episode?
Griffey would have hustled, man. It never would have gone to spares. Like Griffey would have been gone.
Yeah.
Because I don't think anybody was covering third because everybody else was involved in this hilarious caper. Or maybe the third baseman covered. I don't know. But everybody's just running around acting like they see a baseball. There's no baseball.
There's too much trickery in baseball movies. And like, granted, your average moviegoer probably isn't watching one baseball movie every single week. But like, we've seen too many hidden ball tricks already. It's just too much.
One's too many.
It's too cliche.
But we will talk a little bit more about the caliber of baseball, and I'll explain why it is what it is after a word from our sponsor.
And I'll tell you this. What's maybe beginning to become cliche is our sponsor today. Today's episode is brought to you by MLB Dad. Are you a bastard child? Has your father died in some unnamed accident? Have you miraculously found yourself either playing for or owning and managing an MLB team? If so, get yourself an MLB Dad. Simply get one of the players on your team, either that you play with or that plays for you, and get him to date your mom. It's so simple. It's happened in the last 2 movies that we watched. Find a washed up sad sack on your team. Introduce him to your mother, who is single-handedly raising a teenage boy, and watch the magic happen. MLB Dad, get yours today. Thanks, MLB Dad, for today's episode.
Yeah, we couldn't do it without the support of MLB Dad. Which dad do you think would be better? Busfeld or who the hell was the other one?
Gary Busey?
Gary Busey. I was like, it's somebody hilarious.
You mean in real life? Because in real life, it's not Gary Busey.
I don't care what Timothy Busfeld's doing outside of film. It's not worse than Busey.
Literally nothing he could do could be worse.
The craziest part of Rookie of the Year is that it's Gary Busey just being super normal for 90 minutes.
It's crazy.
He's the most sane character in the movie. And then we go to this one, and it's just a bunch of like guys being dudes. We do get one like crazy guy on the team, the right fielder. I don't remember his name, but he's like kind of a loose cannon guy. You know, he's wearing like the Coke bottle glass at one point. I can throw strikes. Like
that seems hilarious.
Yeah, like he just wants to get in. He's just trying a little more play. He wants to come out of the bullpen, even though he's not a pitcher. But like that's it. Then Bowers kind of takes over as the comedic relief. But
one thing about, and this is we're gonna go into the little sidebar about dead dads here, but the fact that Jenny is set up with Lou Collins, we have Ginger Mom set up with Ginger first baseman in this movie,
right?
Which is kind of sick, honestly. Now, I'm just gonna. We're just there's no segue into this. We're just gonna talk about this.
You're just gonna go right into it. Then
Field
we'll
of
do a
Dreams,
little triv.
dead dad. Okay, the whole movie's about this guy having a catch with his dead dad.
Dead dad comes back.
Dead dad comes back.
Ghost dad.
Ghost dad. Corn dad.
Corn dad.
The scout, or no, I'm sorry, Sandlot. The OG dad, nowhere to be found.
Nope.
Stepdad, who leaves on business when all the hijinks happens.
Bad guy.
OG dad gone. The scout, no parents. Dad traumatized Nebraska so bad that he needs movie-long therapy just to be able to play baseball, and you still don't know. OG dad's such a bad guy that he thinks the dad's a fishing teacher.
It's a bad guy. That's not a good dad.
Bad News Bears, the main character becomes the dad to a player on the team without a dad.
Yeah. And then the other dad in the movie hits a kid.
Other dad assaults a child. Soon to be dead dad.
Maybe this is what happens whenever the dads are alive in a baseball movie.
Rookie of the year. No dad.
No dad.
Never knew his dad.
Nope.
MLB player becomes dad. Little Big League, no dad. Unknown what happens to dad.
Dad's got to
MLB
be dead.
Also becomes dad.
New dad.
You said it yesterday. We're the freaking dad cast.
Dad cast, bro. It's dad cast. We named this thing wrong.
What is up with these directors?
I never even noticed this until watching all these baseball movies back to back.
Like, what is wrong with these?
What was going on in the 90s?
It's so weird, man.
I'll tell you one thing that was going on in the early 90s. And I just realized this now, and I wrote them down and I looked it up, and these are accurate. We had ourselves a little MLB strike. So we had a little no baseball. So between spring of 93 and summer of 94, we get Little Big League, Rookie of the Year, The Sandlot, and Angels in the Outfield. And they're all in major league ballparks. So maybe we get a little bit of, like, I don't know. Like, were people just striking while the iron was hot? Nobody was at Dodger Stadium. Nobody was at the Metrodome. Like, nobody was at Wrigley. But it's crazy that we got those four movies, all, and that's, kids' movies, all kind of sandwiched in there over the strike season.
That's pretty wild.
I just thought about that right now, right before, like, as we started, when I was looking at release dates. This might be the last one. Crazy.
That is. I mean, plus you get a ton of cameos in all those movies,
right? Because these guys, they got to get paid.
That's it. Damn, that's pretty sick.
Yeah,
that's fun trivia.
It has to. I'll look into it, but it has to coincide somehow with the MLB. It has to coincide with the strike. It has to.
That makes sense. What other trivia you got for me before I give you this just glistening, beautiful nugget of trivia that I got for you?
Andrew Scheinman's only film he directed, rather. This is a Castle Rock movie. I found out he was a major player. He was a producer for Castle Rock for a long time. But the Scheinman family are huge baseball fans. And he said, if we're making a baseball movie, we're making it right. So the cast didn't they had tryouts before they did table reads to see if you could be a baseball player. Every single person in this movie has some sort of background in baseball. Most of them at the college level. 2 guys played pro ball.
Damn.
There are 2 actual professional baseball players in this. Busfeld, who comes back, he hated baseball in Field of Dreams, realized the error of his ways, now loves baseball in Little Big League. So he's a cool guy because he's a bad guy when he doesn't like baseball. He's a cool guy when he does like baseball. This was supposed to be in Kansas City. It was supposed to be the Royals. But they decided to use the Metrodome instead because it's easier. You don't have to worry about weather, time, whatever, if you're in a dome. It would have been sick if it was at Kauffman Stadium because Kauffman Stadium is awesome. I don't know if you've ever been there.
Have not.
Go. I'm telling you, dude. It is unbelievable. They have the does Batman the Caped Crusader does not eat fast food? I had to look it up because I have all the McDonald's Batman cups, and I'm like, I remember the Batmobile going through the drive-thru in the commercials. It was the year after Batman Forever came out in '95, so he
Wow.
may have been correct. I'm like, this kid's. I was like, oh, contraire mon frere. I still have some of the McDonald's cups. I'm sure they're just full of lead, but they've got the Riddler on them, and I'm good. Just makes me really aggressive all the time. Also, the season they didn't want Ricky Henderson, he posted a 3.5 WAR. Not as bad, but like hard to shake a stick at that.
Nah, they would have won the game.
Right. Other than that, think I'm good. Don't do a hidden ball trick to anybody that is watching this to think about maybe going into cinema one day if you're going to write or direct. Yeah, don't put a hidden ball trick in there because it's stupid.
All right. Here's mine.
Hit me, buddy. I'm ready.
Both of the night nurses named Jody. They got 2 Jodys for the night nurses. They got Jody Fisher and they got Jody Russell. They got the dynamic duo.
Let's
they got
go.
the Jodys out here.
You got double dead dads. You got double Jodys. It's a double header.
That's it.
The double plays.
That's my only trivia.
You got 2-run home runs. You got everything.
I was just looking at the cast. I'm like, who is this? And then I'm like, oh, it's the night nurse. That makes sense.
Who's this smoking hot night nurse?
Yeah,
Caliber young lady. Oh, she's a night nurse.
2 Jodys. That's it.
That's fabulous. I love that.
I thought you might like that. So let's get into a little bit of rankage here.
A little rankage.
You want to kick us off with your baseball take here?
Baseball realism score, insanely high. It is, you're watching baseball players play baseball. And like I said, they wanted it to look legitimate because Scheinman and Castle Rock were tired of, watching actors just kind of go through the motions and stuff. Billy stinks at baseball, but it's fine. It doesn't matter. He's a kid. He's 12 years old. And he stinks at stickball. Doesn't matter. He's a kid. He's 12 years old. The professionals look like baseball players, act like baseball players, play like baseball players. It does have a hidden ball trick. And that's something I simply cannot tolerate. Like as far as baseball realism, I believe it was Noah that said that anytime you get the logo, it just adds a little more. There are so many baseball players in this movie.
Yep.
Hall of Famers in this movie. I'm going to give it the highest score I have ever given a movie that we've done so far. I am giving it an 8.9 out of 10 banana splits.
Love that. 100%. I couldn't agree more. You have both real time and slow-mo ball, and they both look awesome. Right. You have legit big leaguers like actually playing baseball. Like Ken Griffey Jr. is not just like, hey kids, like he's balling. Randy Johnson is pitching. Pudge Rodriguez is in the gear. Rafael Palmeiro is playing. Lou Piniella is in the dugout. Like these dudes are like, they're legit.
Lou Piniella has lines in this movie.
Yeah, like they're like actually doing stuff.
Yeah,
and
it's
in addition to that, the actors are like also balling.
Right.
It's good in real time. It's good in slow-mo. There's real baseball players playing baseball. There's no like stupid cheesy jump cut stuff like the ball goes over the fence that looks terrible. Like the home run that Griffey hits looks like a real ass home run. I'm going, it's high for me as well. I'm going I'm going 8.75 diminutive liters on this one. It's good. The baseball in this was awesome.
The baseball's good. It's good baseball. Like the pitchers and stuff, because there's a lot of relief pitchers in this movie. We get the one like his one buddy wants him to keep putting the same starter in over and over again. Then it works out till Griffey hits a 3-run home run. Yeah. Let's snake draft. I want to hear what your movie score is.
So
before I do mine.
This movie was way better than I thought it was going to be. It
Had you
was
ever seen it?
I had not seen it.
Okay.
Um, I didn't think that there was gonna be so much good baseball. I didn't think there was gonna be so many good cameos. I didn't think that, I mean, the acting's pretty good. Luke
Yeah.
Edwards is a better actor than, what's his name? Ian Thomas Nicholas, I think.
Yeah. They look too much alike. That's why it took me a ways to get into the movie before I realized I was watching the wrong one.
Yeah. Um, you do have to subtract some for the hidden ball trick, but that's the only real big, I think, ding that I give this one. Um, I think I'm gonna go 7.75 albino husky Alaskan wolf dogs.
you,
7.75, I think.
you're Ricky Anderson. um, I I like this movie. I don't think this is a great movie. Um, the one thing that is wild is this is the longest movie we've covered so far.
It's
This
like 2
movie,
flat, right?
yeah, this is a 2 hour runtime. All the other ones are about an hour and a half so far. We've been able to get in and out. Um, it's wild that this is the longest one. And part of the movie, parts do drag a little bit. Like the movie definitely does suffer because he could have done a little less, especially like the love interest that's like really not in it and only pays attention to him when he's rich. So you already kind of don't like this young lady. Um, the one thing about this one is Billy's not particularly likable. He's very quickly does he kind of turn into a dick, and it's stress. It's not his fault or whatever. But at no point in the movie was I like actively rooting for Billy once he became the manager of the team.
I think that's, like, kind of the good part about it, though.
Yeah,
It's like
I
you
just didn't care about Billy. He
but
was just kind
that's
of he was just being mean to everybody for an hour, which was kind of a long time. And maybe that's why I didn't really yeah, I wasn't necessarily in Billy's corner.
I think that lends a little bit of realism to the movie, right? Because it's like he could never handle all that pressure in real life. They, like, take this kid who should be likable, and they hit him with, like, they do the reverse Walter White, you know? You're like, "Here's a kid who should be charming and likable, but he's like a dick because it's just too much pressure." As opposed to, like, the alternative, which is, like, you take a bad guy and you humanize him so much that you like
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, I don't know. I just didn't like Billy as much as, our like the other kids that we've covered. I don't think the movie's bad by any stretch. The performances are all pretty funny. Um, some of the jokes didn't necessarily age too well.
Yeah, there's one we skipped because it's not great.
It's not great. It is part of the Batman joke. Um,
Also, just a quick aside, it comes out of nowhere,
out
dude.
of nowhere.
Like, oh, I was watching it. I'm
Yeah,
like,
did he
dude,
just
what the
did,
hell?
did he just fire off an aggression here? Is that a slur?
It's
Um,
crazy.
Yeah, I guess I enjoy this movie. I didn't love it. I like it. I've seen it a lot. I remember it's another one of the movies that we've talked about that lost a ton of money. I think everyone but Sandlot, Field of Dreams so far have lost a tremendous amount of money at the box office. I did see this one in theaters in the summer of '94. I also saw another movie in the summer of '94 we're going to talk about later. Um, I'm going to give it 6 points. Let's do 6.6 out of a possible 10 night nurses.
Yeah, love that. Love that. New,
I was gonna
new.
give it. I was instead of night nurses, I was gonna do dead dads again
Would be good.
because
I
we
mean,
get two in this one. Two
Night Nurses is too good, man. It's
night
too good.
nurses from New Jersey, and it even has a tagline. It's great. They watches it 8 times.
It's amazing. Uh, you know, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, ring the bell, turn on notifications, go out and put it on the Jumbotron. Go make a, low budget, risque film that shows on Skinamax at a hotel. And in the middle of that, say, you know, who, you listen to all these, you make all these podcasts. What do you listen to? You listen to Jabbo. You listen to Just a Bit Outside. Go fly it from the rafters. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching along. Thank you for getting your popcorn ready. And have a happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Festivus, the whole 9. See you later.
Best seats at the Pirates game, they let me run the base. Yeah, my time is like my money, cause I can't afford to waste. Wifey is a lawyer, take my date to my dates, or the steak by the plates.